Coverage you can count on. This is Fox 2 News.
Officer Darren Wilson turns in his resignation. Plus, what's next for protesters?
Teens from all across the Midwest march in downtown St. Louis for peace and healing after the unrest in Ferguson.
First on Fox, a police officer who shot and killed Michael Brown has resigned. Darren Wilson is no longer a member of the Ferguson Police Department. His attorney made that announcement today. Fox 2's Jeff Bernthal is at a police command post with reaction to the big development. Jeff.
Elliot, we reported this earlier in the week. We reported that this resignation was in the works, and tonight it's official. We talked with a number of customers here at the Swish Bar and Grill near the command center, and they tell us they're not surprised because they can't imagine Officer Wilson returning to duty with the Ferguson Police Department. On Monday, a grand jury determined there was not enough evidence to indict Darren Wilson. He was free to return to work. But Sunday, through an attorney, Wilson released a statement indicating he wanted to wait until the grand jury decision was made before he made his decision to resign. Here's some reaction to Wilson's announcement.
I figured it was a given. I mean, there's no way that he can work in law enforcement again. It's just sad. It's an unfortunate chain of events, but sad on both parts. But yeah, he can't work again in law enforcement.
I live in Ferguson, so for him to be trusted, pulling me over, I just don't trust him.
Earlier in the day, a group of protesters met inside a North St. Louis County church to discuss their strategy going forward. Some of the demands protesters have been speaking of include the resignation of the Ferguson police chief and city manager, a law change requiring a special prosecutor in cases involving deadly force by police, and giving citizens greater say when it comes to hiring police chiefs. We talked with a few individuals about what they plan to push for.
What I would like to see it into is racial profiling, the direct discriminatory actions that are put on young African-American males and people in general.
I think there has to be more focus on the economic side, not just, jobs and unemployment, stuff like that, but literally like getting people to understand how the system works.
We have a strong foreign policy, but I think people are really starting to see that our domestic policy really needs some help.
You can read Wilson's resignation letter at fox2now.com. He says that he was told his continued employment could put other officers and residents in danger, and he didn't want that to happen. He also went on to thank his supporters and his fellow officers. Reporting live from Jennings, Jeff Bernthal, Fox 2 News.
Several dozen protesters at South County Mall late this afternoon, where they managed to get inside and march around for a short while. A heavy police presence escorted them out of the building, and they moved on. No violence, no arrests.
You can't stop the revolution!
Demonstrators rallied in Brentwood this afternoon. They marched through the parking lot of the Brentwood Promenade and into the Target and Trader Joe's there. They also blocked Eagle Road for a time. The protests were peaceful, and there was a large police presence on hand here as well. Today, over 1,000 teens took to the streets of downtown St. Louis to march for peace and understanding after the events in Ferguson. Fox 2's Chandra Thomas found two groups with the same goal and a softer approach.
They made their signs.
No violence, no peace.
And marched in unison to find peace and resolution after the unrest in Ferguson. On Saturday, more than 1,000 Hispanic teens and adults from across the Midwest marched from Union Station to Keener Plaza in downtown St. Louis to make their voices heard. It's all part of their annual Latin Midwest Youth Convention. Organizers say something has to change.
Being a part of history, our young people wanted to have a voice. They wanted to speak out and pray for the St. Louis community.
With people, you reach that connection with them. So with each person, it's like a chain reaction. One person to one person, one person. Once you get that, you can change the whole city and a whole nation. And with the power and the gospel of Jesus Christ, you can not change Ferguson, but we can also change the world.
A vigil, a peaceful vigil standing on the side of love.
Meanwhile, miles down the road at Chippewa and Hampton Avenue, another church group chanted and held up signs in their own quest for peace. Some gestures were kind, and others not so much.
We need to keep changing. We need to keep growing. That the civil rights movement is not over yet and will not be done for a long time.
The prayers won't stop.
Guys, we need to stop the violence.
And these demonstrators will keep their promise to do what they can to help our communities and country heal from the wounds of the past.
Our hearts really go out to the young people here in St. Louis, and we want to let them know that we got them, we support them.
In St. Louis, Chandrea Thomas, Fox 2 News.
Now the mother is going to be crying alone.
There was also a Mother's March this afternoon outside the Justice Center in Clayton. The group gathered to call for a new grand jury with a special prosecutor. They also demanded a change in policing policies and procedures and called for an end to all gun violence around our region. Missouri Governor Jay Nixon has said he has no plans to appoint a special prosecutor to reopen the case. Demonstrators also kicked off a 120-mile march from Ferguson to the governor's mansion in Jefferson City this afternoon. The march, organized by the NAACP, started at the site where Michael Brown was killed. The trek will take 7 days. Along the way, marchers will participate in what they call teach-ins and rallies. Organizers are calling for new leadership in Ferguson and for police reforms across the country. For small businesses in Ferguson, this sunny Saturday after Thanksgiving should have meant a big boost to the holiday shopping season, but rioting on Monday and Tuesday changed all that. Fox News Yard Sales reports on their efforts to regroup.
It should be a dream day for a small business.
Normally a great day.
But for Juanita Morris, there isn't a business anymore. Fashion Czar Boutique, which she's owned for 28 years, burned with so many others Monday night. She watched on television as her life's work was razed by rioters, and her reaction to this might not be what you'd expect. Hurt, yes, she says. Angry, no.
When you get anger in you, it's hard to get out. And I think all of this came from anger. And what happens when you do things, when you're angry, you have to come back and apologize, say, I'm sorry, or you done said the wrong thing, or you done did the wrong thing. And some things you can't go back and fix.
She believes she can fix this. She's already started a GoFundMe page online, and there will be some insurance money. She believes the spot where her burned out shell of a business stands is the right place for her. She'll rebuild.
Location is the best thing for a business, and I think this was an excellent location.
Her optimism is shared in other parts of town. The Taste of Honey hair salon started a party in the parking lot in hopes of proving there are still some small businesses on this Small Business Saturday.
We're trying to keep Ferguson alive after all it's been through. We're struggling to come back alive. You know, all of our business has suffered badly.
And as crews of volunteers scramble to make art out of the plywood signs of civil unrest, the We Love Ferguson committee is using both merchandise and the internet to try to raise money to bail some of the many victims here out.
Any business that's a mom and pop independent business, we're trying to help, but quite frankly, there's just not enough money to go around. We need our help from our state and federal governments. They must need us. They just must help us.
In the midst of tragedy, everyone here is desperately trying to look in one direction.
We can't go back and fix this. Only thing we can do is go forward. So that's what I'm looking for, to go forward.
In Ferguson, George Sells, Fox 2 News.
Certainly wish all those merchants well.